What's up, YouTube? This is your tactical dad, and today I'm gonna bring you a comparison between the H&K P2000 on 40 Smith & Wesson versus the Glock 23 RTF2, also in 40 Smith & Wesson. We're gonna take. At first I thought I was gonna take it apart off camera, but decided to do it in. It's a little tricky to take apart this slide. You need to come here to the place, and then you have to remove this pin. Okay, and then the slide will come forward, and you have here on the Glock. Check. You pull it back, boom, a lot easier. Okay, see the frames, obviously different construction because we have a hammer here and a decocker, and this is more of a single action type, but you can see the difference on the frames and the height. Basically this is more like this. This is more evenly, whoops, sorry, off camera. See how it goes? It's almost like half an inch. But when you look at it in an angle like this, that's the difference. However, in compared with the Glock, look at how thin the grip seems. You see the Glock protruding on the back? See? Okay, let's look at the slides. Glock, H&K. Okay, we can see that you got a different recoil spring with a buffer, and that buffer is supposedly help with recoil. We got a retented spring on the Glock. H&K have a polygonal barrel similar to the Glock, but in particular this is a 3.62 inch barrel. You can see it's nice and shiny. Personally, I like to polish the feed ramps. That's my doing, my preference. On the Glock 23, this one is really new, so I haven't even bothered to polish the feed ramps here. The barrel, you can see, is like almost very little use. And as we put the barrels here together, whoop, you can see then it's very little difference. But the H&K barrel is shorter by little over 1/4 of an inch. Too small, very small. Now, if I bring here the barrel of Glock 27, we can see the difference. And you know what? Let's throw this gun in here. Now this is a slide, and this is a slide of a Glock 27 right here. And you can see one thing is almost the Glock 27, which it is a true zoom compact. By the way, the H&K is a compact. And you can see the difference on the barrels, where the H&K barrel is like, you know, just a little bit bigger than the Glock 27 and a little bit smaller than the Glock 23. You can see them all here together. But when you come down and see the slides, you can see the slides is like very little difference. And this is a subcompact. Now that I'm taking all this apart and I got a mess, this is a Glock 27 grip frame, and this is the H&K frame. And we're going to compare them, and you can see that the main difference is on the grip. Almost an inch. Because when it comes down to length, it's not that wide. See it? Okay. Now when you carry conceal, your main concern is where to hide the grip. On the Glock, if we put a frame. This is a frame with a regular magazine. You can see that it's relatively smaller to the H&K. However, if you put the magazine with an extension and compare it with the H&K, you almost got the same length. See? And if we compare it with the Glock 23 and the 27, okay. So this is a quick one. You can see this is the action trigger bar, this is the decocker, and so that's pretty much the difference. The barrel. Another big difference it will be that the H&K comes with this slip, and this slip is rubbery, so you can see it bending. Meanwhile, Glock doesn't have it, and even if you got this extended GAP, it's more rigid than the H&K. H&K, the magazine is metal, full metal, and this one is made in Germany, and I don't know who makes it, if it's H&K who makes them directly or Makar, you know how it is, but this is the magazine. So you can see it's German made and for the 40 compact. Okay, well, I'm going to put all this stuff together. This is a frame from the H&K, and it's pretty simple. This part also come off, which it is the right side of the release. As you can see, we're back again, and the guns are back together again, and you can see closely how different are they. I'm comparing the weights right now, and H&K is slightly heavier, which is no crime, because when you're shooting a Smith & Wesson round, you would like a heavier gun. The thing is that it's top heavy because of the slide. Look at the thickness of the slide compared with the Glock. See it? See how it is serrated. And look like if we want to call it the complex on the milling on the slide, all the special features that it has done. And I don't think everything is done with the purpose of cosmetics. For example, I believe that this little edge here is so you can pull back the slide without putting your finger in front of the barrel. Glock don't have it. Make it really comfortable to just check it out the rounds and check the gun. Okay, this is a 3-dot sight standard. So this one in particular have 3G guns, so you can see it. That's it. That's all for now. The Glock 23 next to a SIG P2000, both on 40 Smith & Wesson. Okay. Hope you enjoyed the video. Very simple, very basic. I'm not going into the technicality, with exception of this is done in Georgia. This is made in Germany. This one is double the price of this one. So at least where I buy it, this is like probably between $790 to $800 gun. You know, this is a $480, $450. Law enforcement price, a little bit less, a little bit more. So, okay, enough for now. This is your tactical dad. Better to have one and don't need it than need it and don't have one. And don't forget, watch your six.